Before we begin, thank you very much to What a Joke 2 for joining the Patreon campaign. Thank you very much for helping out. Really do appreciate it. That was the last shout out in the queue previously, but I did have 3 people jump in at the last minute, so I have 3 more in the bank at the moment. That's your current tally if you want to keep the streak alive. But they jumped in time to pass 4 digits on January 1st, which means I owe you guys some rushed reviews, and I owe you a TJTV. And I've been thinking about it. Yeah, I'm just going to call it TJTV. So expect a cartoon review this month, probably within the next week or so, because it's mostly done. It's all the script work is done. And then rush review, I got to come up with a couple little things for it, but that shouldn't be too hard. So yeah, new content coming, thanks to everyone who's been generous enough to pitch in and help keep the channel going. Thank you guys so much for the support. We have a news roundup to get to today, because of course it is a Monday. Normally the first of the month is my Q&A video, but news roundup supersedes that. Also, I didn't have time to record an hour-and-a-half long video last night, so we'll be doing it tonight instead. And this is going to be a quick news roundup, because there really hasn't been any real Transformer news dropping. Everyone's been kind of quiet because it's the holiday season. But we're past the holiday now. Happy New Year to everybody. Let's actually talk about some news. So, quick update to the Transformer Prime concept art that we showed off on this channel. So, Aaron Archer, who is, obviously, like one of the key people to Transformers around the time of this pitch, claims the pitch was actually closer to about 2007. So, and there's definitely elements in the pitch that kind of pointed to it being Transformers Prime, but apparently the original pitch for this, when this was originally made, it was actually far more in line with what was happening in the live-action movies. So it was eventually recycled and shifted into Transformers Prime if he has his dates right. Aaron does admit sometimes he gets the dates and some of the artwork confused because, it's been a while. But apparently this is actually even older than we originally suspected, and only elements of it became Transformers Prime. Funny how Transformer history works, but just a little correction just to start us off. Let's go into some actual stuff. Now, like I said, Hasbro didn't have any announcements, no releases, no nothing. I assume the team got, the entirety of the last 2 weeks of the year off, so nothing really to show off. We do have some things from other people producing Transformers stuff. So this, do you remember like the Toy Tour minis that are coming out in Asia? So this is our first really, really good in-hand shots of them. And for what they are actually like really, really nice looking. Waspinator here is done with some beautiful metallic elements. A lot of the trim and detail is included. They've gotten his wing color correct, which I think even Takara took 2 attempts on their Beast Wars Again Waspinator in order to get right. And yeah, he just looks so nice. He just looks so nice. Like, these are really, really good. Look at Megatron. God, Megatron's done so well. All of these are done really, really well. I'm going to be very disappointed if there's no way to get these in the US, because they just look really, really nice. The Cheetor looks good, kind of cartoonish, which is appropriate for him. I do like that they've actually sculpted in a lot of the fur detail as well. They're not just like flat detail like it was in the show or anything. So they have that going for him. Rat Trap looking good. It's got a little bit of a wisecracker skin, look to his face, which is appropriate for him. And again, really, really good attention to detail, like right down to the tiny little maximal symbols on his forearms. The Rhinox looking good. I could stand for maybe a little bit lighter shade of brown, but it's a lot closer than, even Hasbro gets sometimes. Black Arachnia looking good. I'm not sure where the violet on the shoulders comes from. But you know what? It's, otherwise still looking good. That's the only ones they actually had good, like, photo of. You can see, like, they're not very articulated. They're just kind of like little miniature, like, stand-up figures with three-point articulation. So, just basic figurine stuff. Didn't have shots of the Primal, which is unfortunate. Look at the size. The size is even pretty nice. Actually fill out your hand pretty well. Again, there's collectible cards that come with them too. Hopefully there is a way to get these within the U.S. because they actually do look really, really nice. So, fingers crossed. But that's China. That's a Chinese release. Do we want a Japanese release? So this is fun. I love how they kind of like advertise this. So it's done up like the Transmetal Beast Wars box. By the way, yeah, this is for WonderFest 2024. It is a vinyl, what they call Powered Convoy, because it's in Powered Convoy colors. We know it as Primal Prime. But this is just really cute how this is done. So like the promo art here showing ages 30 and up, because this is an adult collectible. One mode conversion. I love that I love that as a promotional thing for a non-transforming figure. So this is a soft vinyl figure done in Japan. They did this last year as just standard Transmetal Optimal Optimus. And then, yeah, we're just getting a repaint this year. There's a great thing in Japan if you are unaware. In Japan, it is possible for you to buy the license to promote official products for something for 1 day. So a lot of creators around big conventions like this, they will get a 1-day license for Transformers. So they are legally able to sell a Transformer item for 1 day only, and they release things like this. And there are some really cool things they've done over the years. I need to do a video of it at some point, but that's a lot of digging and tracking down. But there's some really cool pieces that came out of it. But yeah, it's just a super cute little Optimal Optimus, Primal Prime, whichever one you want to call them. This was an interesting one. So someone actually managed to dig up this photo, and you can see there's some newer figures on top and around. So like this isn't like a old photo from back in the day. But what this is a photo of a fully gold chromed Super Ginrai figure, presumably in Japan, because we can't read it, but the plate at the bottom does have Japanese on it. And we don't know exactly what this is. This is the first time we've ever seen it. It's not a lucky draw because there's no record of it at any kind of contest for one. Most likely what it is was a gift for an employee. Like usually some long tenured employee will get something like that from Takara when they retire, just something unique for them. And it's where a lot of one-off things go. And like there's we did a video like the most expensive Transformer things on eBay, and the top thing was an Optimus Prime that was all gold chrome and attached to a base like this. And it was given out by Takara Tomy for VIPs. So this is kind of in the same realm, but we've just never seen it before. So now we actually know that an all gold Super Ginrai, or Power Master Optimus Prime, if you will, actually exists in the world, which I think is kind of cool. So that was one of the oddball things for the week. Another oddball thing, if you live in Japan, you're getting unique slipcover for Legacy Death Stars to kind of match with a lot of the Selects releases, which is an interesting choice to make. I mean, it's mostly just there to put the Japanese legal text and lettering on there. The big thing for this is... well, if you are very, very completionist about your stuff and you want like the rarest version of something, well, hey, here's a very rare packaging variant that's only exclusive to Japan. And since the bulk of these were sold in the US because it's more annoying to do it in Japan, you kind of know this is going to be super rare to have this particular version. Just want to throw that out there. So when Hasbro is very light on Transformer news for the week, we take a look at Sightings, so you can know what you can find on the toy shelves in the new year. So let's take a quick look at what is being found at stores today. So for starters, in the US, Core Series United has arrived. People found it at Target. I just got back from my Target. Nothing there yet. It's still wiped from Christmas. But this is actually hopeful, since most of our stores are probably wiped out from Christmas, and you can probably expect them to start restocking in the next couple weeks. This probably is a good sign that a lot of these stores are going to be restocking with Legacy United. So all these cool toys all the reviewers are hitting, We're going to be getting those in store soon, so keep an eye out, keep hunting. It looks like it's happening right now. It's just a matter of when your store manages to put a new order in. Also discovered, if you're in Canada, the Legacy United Deluxes have shown up. Now, this was at a GameStop, and GameStops tend to get things a little bit earlier. Like GameStop in Canada was the first place to get Reactivate figures. So this is not going to be a universal thing, but they are hitting North America, which is good. And if they hit in one store in Canada, it's usually not long before they start coming out in the US either. So again, keep an eye out. I get the feeling these are going to be pretty plentiful once the stores restock after Christmas. I get that feeling. One of the more interesting things to come out and be seen is these, the 2 packs for Transformers Earthspark, the new Cyber Combiners, which are just straight up lifting the engineering from Transformers Energon. They have Power Link combination gimmick. And yeah, we've seen these in hand. We saw these in hand last week. They're already out. I feel like these were just discovered and now they're out. Because that's Hasbro doing a great job of promoting, you know, the toy line for the current cartoon, as always. But these look fun. I really, really like the idea behind these, because of course I really like the Energon Combiner gimmick. And the fact that, like, these all work together, that's super appealing. Super appealing. I think at $41.49, just a hair over $40, I think that might just be a little bit cost prohibitive on some of these toys. I feel like at 35 or, you know, 30 or even 35, I feel like this would have been an easy grab for someone who just wants to pick up and goof with these new with this new toy and these new gimmicks. At over $40, I'm a little bit iffy. And I feel like that's the truth of a lot of Transformer prices these days, where there's just a little bit more, like $5 more than I would like to spend to try out a new thing, especially when it comes to the Earthspark toys. I know. I mean, I'm going to grab them because I really like Earthspark, and these do look like a lot of fun, especially once you get more than, you know, especially if you can get more than this. You know, say like the label says Bumblebee and Mo, so you know that those were available here too. It would have been fun if I found these today when I went out. Oh, I would have grabbed them. Also, Starscream is starting to show up at retail as well. There's nothing thrilling about this. It's a Cyberverse Deluxe repaint, which is really disappointing because it really doesn't match Starscream from Earthspark really well. And considering they're doing something interesting with Starscream and actually kind of unique, I really wish they had actually included the real one. I wish they had actually done a new mold. I know it's very disappointing to me. Or even just retool it. Just retool this one to look more accurate. But, you know, as usual, Hasbro doesn't seem interested in making the current kids' toy line, you know, really that special. It is what it is. At the very least, if you missed out on the yellow arm for Mandroid, it's an optional piece. But if you missed out on that yellow arm and you want to finish up your Build-A-Figure Mandroid with that, you got a second chance to get it now. Also spotted, Gamer Edition Starscream, and now our final Junkion Scrap Heap. So you can have the trio, which is cool. I don't know if this is going to shell form like Junk Heap did. Kinda, most likely. I kind of expect it. I don't know what this is going to happen to the Starscream, because it's a Starscream, but we already know this is a very weirdly done and unfortunate Starscream. Maybe it's better in hand, maybe it plays or transforms really well. I'm not personally excited for it. I'm probably going to see if I can wait for it to hit clearance. But we know the Gamer Edition stuff. I did a top 10 disappointments of the year. I should have included Gamer Edition, because oh my god, there's so many things missing from that series. It's so lacking. But I'm curious how this one's going to feel in hand. Not going to grab it right away, but I'm willing to wait for opinions at least. All right, a little bit of actual news just to finish this up. So, Game for Peace, is, you know, another I believe a Chinese mobile company. Let me get this straight. Yeah, Chinese mobile exclusive competitive survival shooter video game based and published by Lightspeed and Quantum Studios, etc., etc. They do PUBG similar to PUBG Mobile. They're doing Rise of the Beast skins for their game. So here's your Optimus Prime. There's your Bumblebee. There's your Primal. Just kind of pose the way they are in all the movie posters, so it's not terribly exciting. Yeah, it's the same backdrops, by the way. You see that smoke bomb on the bottom left, in the bottom left there, above the name. There it is again. They've switched it around this time. It's the same buildings, but it's over on the right side now. Oh, wait, it's back over on the left. So now it's back over to the right for RC. And then we got cars that are themed after the bots. Not the actual cars they turned into, because that would cost license. That would cost licensing. There's an Optimus Prime blimp, though. If you ever wanted an Optimus Prime blimp in your life, that is a thing. Bumblebee. I could see that, too. So it's nothing that we are ever going to get our hands on unless you've gotten a phone that, and somehow you can actually download Chinese games and keep them updated. Good for you. But for most of us, we're probably never going to experience this. A little bit of extra stuff. So, Sugamono, a company in Japan for clothing, is releasing a 40th anniversary Transformers jacket featuring the Dinobots, which looks really, really cool. This is the kind of thing that I'm so hesitant to get because Japanese sizes are so weird. I never know what size I am in Japanese, in Japanese clothing. So it's a weird one that I probably would skip. But for a Dinobot fan, this is going to be a really cool thing to have. They only showed the back of it. I kind of wish I'd seen the front. It is made to order. It is $600. Which for these like specialty designer jackets is normal price, which is scary. But yeah, that's a premium. That's a very premium thing for the most the most hardcore of hardcore Dinobot collectors. And to wrap it up, because it is January, no surprise, a new round of Transformers Valentines are available. We have little sticker boxes. We have you have your standard cards, etc. Just your standard fare. But hey, if you want to show your affection with Transformers on Valentine's Day, here you can. And that is going to do it for our news roundup. Well under 20 minutes for once. Well, a little bit under. So thank you everyone for watching. Light news week, but that's kind of expected around this time of year, so hopefully a lot of stuff's going to start dropping as shelves restock over the next week or so, and we'll find out exactly what that is then. So, until then, thank you everyone for watching. I will, as always, see you next time.